what are we doing here?
We're going to run.
How far do you planning to run?
Not far.
Not far.
Like a 10-20 clicks maybe.
Okay. Why did you decide to run today?
I woke up today and I chose pain.
Was this the right pain?
I guess so. It's the type of pain that is good for you. Yeah, that was it. Sometimes, like for me, it's better not to think so much. Like if you want to do it, you better do it. Otherwise, I would think myself out of it. So that's why we are here. You know, just now when I started running, right?
Yeah.
There were so many different body parts that started to hurt as I was running. It was like every kilometer, something new would hurt. If you can just outlast it, just prolong as long as you can. The concept of like, if you just don't stop, you literally cannot lose. You know? To me, that is progress.
Yes.
Yeah, coming from a marathoner. I'm back home and I've showered. And that run this morning has confirmed the fact that I really hate running. But I have this newfound appreciation for runners. Like, there are so many really successful people who run on a daily basis, who accomplish marathons and triathlons. The amount of discipline you need to go for a run and be able to keep going even though you really want to stop, I think that is something really admirable. I started working out somewhere in the mid of last year. So I've been working out regularly 3 to 5 times every single week for almost a year and a half. And the truth is, you don't find it easier. It doesn't get any easier. You don't fall in love with it. I mean, that was what I thought. I thought that, okay, if I just kept going at it, one day I'll get used to it. Yeah, it never gets easier. But the thing that gets easier is that you are mentally capable of still doing it despite not wanting to do it. That's the part that kind of get easier. But your brain, it still doesn't want to do it. It will still try to talk you out of it. To build up the capability of still doing things despite it being hard. And I think for me personally, that was like the biggest difference I have seen after a year and a half of working out regularly. It is now about 12 p.m. in the afternoon. I have a quick meet up with one of the directors of my company. Yeah, we're gonna meet up at a cafe that is nearby both of our places. We have a couple of things to discuss. It should not take too long. Hopefully the weather is good. So yeah, let's go. Boss paying for my coffee. He make me work on a Sunday. Why? Without pay,
I get what it means with credit. We have to make it as simple for them.
How we can do the demo, and we can get them any so-called custom thing. It has to be something that's uniform throughout. So if this person has for example, a birthday voucher, technically every user will have a birthday voucher. It's just that the date of the
We can do anything on our website.
and so the configuration is in our
They will have to key in all of the vouchers inside their plate. The cashier knows what voucher I can select. Then they can basically match it to all of us. If this data will be collected, the total sale will be collected, how much discounts will be given, and that's what we like. I don't need the PSS. It's our own system over there, we can give it to them. Very simple app, and this case, everyone has a computer, everyone has a system. Unless an extremely small shop, even we can do an app for them. So that means the employee has an app, and the employer has it. The restaurant has an app.
The difficult part for me, right, when I see cheap apps, it's just not smooth. It's the small movements. It's like they jump.
Lot of developers lack this space and they can make it highly complicated, right? But they lack the vision of the normal basics. They never learn the basics. They jump. There's no foundation. They directly jump to how to use this plugin, that plugin. It doesn't need to be fucking complex. The moment why they say it's more atas, right, more high end, it's just they're very clean. Making it cleaner that's what the art of all about.
Right, it's about 3 p.m. right now, so I'm just back home from meeting my business partner, and it's raining cats and dogs while we were in the cafe. So yeah, that's why it kind of took us 3 hours. It wasn't actually a 3-hour meeting, but we were kind of waiting out the rain as well. I feel really tired actually. I think it was because of the run this morning. It was a 7 a.m. run, so I'm feeling really tired and I really want to rest, but not right now because I have slides to design and to create right now. We have a lead gen training that I will be conducting tomorrow for one of our clients. So I don't do lead gen training as a service, but this was one of the clients that hired us as a consultant to understand the market in Singapore a bit better. So that was what we did. And during the discussion phase, they also started to ask about, lead gen, like what is a strategy that we can use to reach out to people and just start a conversation, because there's only so much you can do in terms of research. You kind of have to still get your hands dirty, speak to people in order to really understand their mindset around everything, because at the end of the day, consultation, market research from other people's experience, these are still theory crafting. You kind of have to really speak to the end user or your end customer to really confirm what are their thoughts, their objections. Is our offer even strong enough? I'll be going through with them how we can ideate this entire lead gen thing and what a proposed strategy is from me, how we can execute it. So I'm really excited for that, but I'm still really tired. So yeah, I better get started right now. So we got the slides done. I did a simple script outline as well. So yeah, I am good to go. And the training is tomorrow. I think I will record it and share it on YouTube as well. Maybe it will be like a series or something. So if it helps anyone out with their lead gen process, that would be great. And one more thing that I usually do, because today is a Sunday, so every Sunday evening, something that I always do, because I write journal entries every single day. My very first journal entry was on 27 December 2022. I started it because it helps me to sort out my thoughts. I am able to dissect emotions from logic a little bit better. So that was why I started journaling. But then I realized that I tend to forget what I journaled in the days before. So I started this thing called the end of week review, which happens every Sunday. My very first end of week review was on 1st October 2023. So about 9-10 months after journaling every single day, I realized that I didn't know what I was journaling about most of the time. So yeah, I started the end of week review every Sunday evening. It's something that I will always sit down to do. Let me just show you. So this is my journal. Right, all my entries are here, and every 7 entries there will be one end of week review. So what is in the end of week review is my past wins, any learning points, and my to-do list for the next week. I mean, it's not perfect, but I just improve it as time goes. And I feel that all this reflection, it's really useful when you feel like there's no progress. Sometimes you get depressed because of the lack of progress, right? But whenever you do a review like this, because you are forced to really think back, what are the wins in these past 7 days? And it is usually almost impossible to not have a single win. It's just that maybe it's not the win that you want. So it's a very good reminder that even though it feels like there is no progress, but actually in the past week there is some progress, right? Some progress is better than nothing, and I always believe in the compounding effect of progress. So yeah, this end of week review has really helped, and I really like how I have to plan out my next week, the to-do list, because when Monday morning comes, and if in the morning you wake up, you're like, what am I gonna do today? What do I have to do? Usually it takes you quite a while to wake up, to think back, and it takes up a lot of time, a lot of energy as well. So if I get this done on a Sunday evening, Monday morning I can just go straight into my to-do list, which I had already planned yesterday. It just starts immediately because you don't have to think as much anymore. So yeah, these are really helpful things that have really helped my productivity and for me to really stay on task and get more things done. So I hope that helps you out. I'm really tired. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Probably do some reading, spend some time with my family. But yeah, thanks for joining me on a Sunday. I will see you on the next one.